Why? Properties. Check. Okay, there we go. YouTube, good morning as well. Welcome back. Why is this happening? What's this? Um, okay. Anyhow, I think I'm going to come back into the middle of the screen again here, and we'll go. So it's 9:18 a.m. Let's jump into it. There's a couple of stocks that I'm watching at that I like, and I'll write up that list right now. So we have VINE, we have JZXN, SNAL, and lastly SXTP. So I'll post this throughout the Discord as well as the YouTube stream. Those are the few stocks that I'm keeping an eye on today. As usual, it'll be posted to the alert section as well. And I post it everywhere. Shout out to Marcelo for that detailed watch list as usual. I'm now logging in, but I'm pretty sure it's already up there as usual. Yes, it is. You gotta love the consistency from Marcelo, you know. You gotta admire it. But anyhow, it's not to get distracted. For those of you on YouTube, I do see you guys. As you're tuning in, hit that thumbs up to Mimi. Big shout out. What's up? What's up? Vitaly's in the building. Chan Z, my man. What's going on? And much, much more. Mr. 343, hope you're doing all right. I know we had that talk a while back. Hopefully you're seeing the progress and improvement. So those are the stocks that I'm keeping an eye on. Let's jump into the analysis. So I'll start off with SXTP, as that's the one that's on screen. It's currently up 51%, around $7, 3.5 million shares of volume. I'm going to start with the after hour highs yesterday, which are at 787, and it seems like we're having a bit of a rejection of that level right now. Okay, low of the pullback today, we've had 545, and I'm going to check out the daily. SXTP, is this a recent stock? Recent IPO? Well, it looks like it IPO'd yesterday. Okay, not bad. Okay. So this one is at all-time highs, essentially. So I'll just take it in small increments and slowly, 25-cent increments, 50-cent increments, see what it does. If the price action is strong and it's showing good patterns and edges, I'll trade it. If not, I'll ease off, be careful. So that looks good. And moving on to VINE, which seems to be selling off right now. Yeah, this one is pulling back quite a bit. So let's see here. Where are we? How are we looking? My OBS is doing this weird thing. I might have clicked on something, I don't know. Is it showing a single screen? It looks like it might be. Why? What is happening here? It's like it's showing me like a dual preview main plan. What in the world did I click on? Let me see how it's looking. If it's just a single screen, I mean, that'll be alright too. I don't want to waste too much time on this. I'll pull up the stream as if I'm an actual viewer. If it's okay, it doesn't look like it's okay. This is good. Yeah, but it's still not showing the what's it called? The Momo Pro scans. Yeah, man, I'm looking good here, man. Not to get distracted again. But yeah. The lighting, I have this Pixar lamp pointed in a particular direction. So the lighting looks great. Pretty soon you guys are gonna have to call me handsome Relentless, right? So we got a high of 98 for VINE. And again, we're pulling back a lot. I'm looking at some levels from yesterday, after hours. 65, 65, 68. we can put those in blue, and I prefer to see it hold up this area. If not, it's like, you know, it's pulling back too much. I'll probably just remove this one for one of the other ones on the screen up above. Edit, edit. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so we'll see how this one does. I'm gonna check out the daily chart. VINE. Yeah. So the 200 is like right there, which is around like 111 or so. And yeah, 111, 112. Not good. I don't think I'll be watching this one. I'll do my due diligence still, but yeah, if it does get going, I want to see 112 at the 200. But I don't think I'll be watching this one, so I'll promptly remove it off screen up top for SXTP. And I forgot that I signed out of my DAS, so I have to put back the level 2s again. JZXN. Do apologize about that. And you know, for me, I just don't see anything when it's like this. So for those of you who will see the screen recording later, we might have missed some data, but that's okay. So yeah, moving forward, upwards and onwards. JZXN looking good, and you see this is the type of stock that I like coming into the open. It's perfectly right now at rest. So, you know, it doesn't guarantee anything, of course, but there's a chance we end up seeing this one push up from the red to green, right? We're having a nice flag, it pushed up nicely, and we're just consolidating here right around VWAP area heading into the open. So if it does start to go, where are we likely to go? Where are we going to see resistance? So the 200 is at 707. E-Trade is telling me about 653. Again, I don't understand why some stocks, it's a different price. The last stock, it was the same price at 112. Now it's saying a different price. So E-Trade is telling me about 653. I'll map out both. Thinkorswim is saying 707. What are you guys seeing for the 200 EMA? 650. We'll just edit it here. At least this way I'm not surprised, you know, if it does reject 650 area. But looking at the daily chart, we had a big red candle on May 10th, 2023, high point of 662, which is right here. So, you know, as we get up here, we got to be careful. It seems like we have resistance here regardless. So I'm going to put a blue line. If we break over that level and we zoom out, let's see. Seems like there's some room. Seems like there's some room. I'd say 1539, which is going back to September 9th of 2022. 1539. So I'll just throw a trend line up here. Right. You know, you guys know as usual. So as you know, okay, one more stock actually. SNAL. Lastly, this one is up 29%, 6 million shares of volume, 1 million shares in float. We got 280 for highs, 204 for lows. And I did trade this stock in the past. I'm seeing that I have trend lines here already. Looking at the daily, so 436 is definitely a key level. 436, we had a rejection candle. What was this, November 11th, 20 million shares of volume. 357 was a high point after that for a rejection again. So I'm going to map that out. And I think this is looking good. So the 2-minute warning right on time as usual. This one is, I mean, in the daily chart, it's looking decent for room. Right now, short term, we're pulling back a bit. So I think I'll watch JZXN and SXTP as the top two. And of course, I'll be quick to rotate if anything else does hit the scans or start to move up. So, yeah. looking to be patient. So in terms of my plan for the day, today's plan is yesterday's plan, and that's also the plan from last week and the week before. It doesn't change that much. I'm coming in looking to be disciplined. I want to be patient. I want to wait. I sometimes start deep in the red. So I want to use small size heading into the open. And again, just being patient for the stocks to choose a direction. And once they start to show strength for what I like to see in terms of the patterns that we know and love, the edges, then I can get involved. Other than that, I don't want to overtrade the consolidation. And I ought to be careful on the pullback trades with sizing, because sometimes I give back as the stocks are dropping. No one can read the future. No one really knows, where the dip is going to go. So sometimes you got to be patient and just wait. So with that being said, remember our disclaimer. I don't even think I can pull up the disclaimer screen of how this thing is, but I'll just say it. Remember that day trading, of course, is risky, just like any other business here in the States. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. There are pros and cons to each and every sector, and day trading does have its risks. So trade in a simulator if you're not experienced, or at the very least, use risk money. In fact, if you're not consistently making money, you should, be careful. You should trade in a sim or use risk money that if you lose it all, does not affect your lifestyle or your livelihood. Remember to not try and copy trade me. That is a recipe for disaster. You will lose money doing that, guaranteed. You have to understand how to trade. You have to put in the work and gain the experience. There's the open. Besides that, remember that I do not invest money for my subscribers. I never did, and I never will. So be careful of people talking about copy trades, mirror trades, options trades, Telegram, WhatsApp. I do not invest money for my subscribers. SXTP off to the races. It looks like it might get halted up. My level 2 is all over the place. Well, that might provide an opportunity. So we got an early halt in SXTP. I think I'll be aggressive on the resumption right off the bat. It is early and I could go red, but I think for the strength we've been seeing recently, it'll make sense. The other one, will we get back over 5 right here for a small move? There's 85. Good fill. Let's see if it does continue. If not, tight stops. Yeah, break even stop right there. Watching to see if it was basing out at 85, but not quite. It's right back down. And a little bit lower. SNAL, on the other hand, is moving up a little bit. $27. High of the last was 17. There's a bid here. I'll take a starter. Let's see how it does. High fill though on the ask. Yeah, this high fill kind of throws off this trade a little bit. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna bring down my volume a bit. I hate hearing the chime as I buy. What's the okay. Yeah, this one is moving up, so I'm not gonna be able to hold that position because I'm in a little higher. Not as comfortable. So far, so good. 32 for highs, but it might need a pullback here soon, so I don't want to be overly aggressive. It's holding up though. Is it worth it? If there's enough buying, maybe I'll try it. Time, 32. So we got about 3 minutes to that resumption. We are below VWAP here too, so again, I don't want to be overly aggressive. Small pop right there, which I'll take, a couple cents. If it holds up 20 right here, this is good. The 5-minute candlestick is strong, so some people will take this dip and hold it longer. But again, for me, we are below VWAP, so I wouldn't look for a longer hold myself. But you guys know there are some traders out there that are more aggressive than I am, right? So we'll see if it holds up or not. Resumption, 35 and 40 seconds. If this resumption is good, we'll probably be up like $1,000. If it's not good, we'll probably be down like 500. There might not be an in between. So, sometimes the risk is just pretty, it's a lot of risk. So this thing is holding up so far. We're back at 25. There's about a minute and 40 seconds. 32, 26. False breakout. Good attempt, but not quite going through the level. So I'm going to switch gears. SXTP and get ready here. We got about a minute and 10 seconds. For those of you in MMU, right, if it opens up higher, of course, we're looking for the pullback. And if it holds up and we see the subtlety in the tape, we can be in, but we have to understand and accept the risks. If it opens up lower, I'll watch for high of day. If it opens up sideways, sometimes it's a little tricky to say. But if I don't see anything I like, I don't want to hit the buy button at all. That way, I'll be able to live with the trade, even if it's a loss. If I buy for something I like and I lose, I'm okay with that. But if I just buy for just buying sake and I lose, then I become a little bit more frustrated with myself after the fact. So, let's be focused here. And I'll cut the chatter. It's coming up. We're at 7:59. Can we get up there? It's coming into a false breakout territory, so we have to be careful. 10 seconds. It was a 5-minute halt. 7:59. Here we go. 5 seconds. It might be 10 minutes. Still watching. I might take a starter on JZXN here. Hi, Phil, of course. Not surprised. I'm taking a starter here. Tight stops. Yeah, as that selling is coming in, it needs to hold up here. Can we hold? Too soon? Yeah, too soon. So 7-cent loss, $70. Red $70, JZXN. It's on a bear flag, but it broke the height of the bear flag. Gave it a chance. Probably shouldn't have gotten back in. The other one, SNAL, is still trying. I want to see more volume in this type of area. Some buying. I'll cut it. Scratch trade. There's a couple of stocks moving. Let's see. A couple of them being called out. Like, is this one any good? ASCP. Is this worth looking at? I don't know. I don't know the float here, but there's a huge amount of buying there. So look at those bids, right? 100,000 share buyers, 66. Maybe the float in this one is a little higher. It has given a 50 to 65, 69. Resumption. 40 and you know what? I'll put this over here. SXTP. PINE, not much. JZXN, false break. Sometimes the 10-minute halts resume a little higher than the 5-minute halts. We got about a minute and some change. I hardly look at the chat. I mean, I do sometimes, but it's hard to trade and look at the chat at the same time. I'll check every now and again, like in case I missed a call out or something. SNAL is back at the highs. 40 and 40 seconds. 40 and 40 seconds. I wonder if SNAL will be worth it over 32. If it goes, hopefully it doesn't go in this resumption because then I'll miss it. Less than a minute. Forty seconds and counting. Waiting patiently. And as usual, no fear, no hesitation. 7:59. What will it be? 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, here we go. Good resumption. Can we get a pullback? It's not pulling back. It's a great trade. Watching for the halt up. Not quite. It might dip here. That's the third time it's gonna work. Easing off. Sizing down as well. Waiting. We might get candlesticks. Low. 05. $87 is like pre-market highs basically. So it's doing well. Or 97, I think. So it's doing well. Although I'd want to see like a test of strength. So if it really comes down there to 8, can we really hold? Right now, still taking it easy. There's 10. Still holding high. So do we want to curl right here? I'll throw. High fill. High fill. I'll throw the position. I'll take a loss. I'll get back in lower. It's a little spready though, right? And so it looks like it's ready to go again. I gotta size back up. False breakout. High 40. Is this a false breakout? $86. Okay, we'll wait. I think it could still be bullish here, but gotta make sure it's good. Okay, yeah, good reclaim. So some losing trades, few of them. Smaller size for the most part. This is a good test of strength though. We got 3 minutes left in the candle, so you know if it gets back to like 820, it means business. If not, it could be finished already. But you see that, so there's 17 on the ask, right? This is where I'm going to take a starter and try and hold a little bit. Come on. Talk to us nicely here. A little bit of churn. Does it want to collapse? 88. Well, it's the low 70. This is either a great dip or it's just failing, right? We've been net negative over the last 6, 7 trades, so gotta size down and be careful. It's trying, but selling pressure is definitely there. VWAP is actually at 55, so it's like as low as it can go here. If not, it's just, we're backside. It looks like we might be backside. So moving on, let's see, is there another one? It's moving up. So JZXN, maybe JZXN will take over as the leading stock. We have VINE, which is not doing much. SXTP, SN. Okay, JZXN. Oh, no, rejection of. Okay, breakout of 5. Can we hold? Do not Titanic here. All right, I need to size up immediately. 10. I'm sorry it's off screen, but kind of can't do anything about that now. We're in the thick of things. Oh, my fills are awful. 20, not bad. Oh my goodness. Jeez, can we squeeze some more? I had a high fill or what? A 60? I'm sorry this is off screen. It's mooning. $250 loss. It's all over the place. Chopped a little bit. Highs at 68, jeez. Low I think was like 20 right there. 13. Okay, let's put it on screen. JZXN. Only 400 bucks. Oh man, sometimes I tried my best, couldn't properly capitalize. Low is 98. Time. This 5 minute candle has 4 minutes, but it's on the weaker side, so I'm easing off. Big bid at 5, it's holding up. But I don't know how I feel about it here. It's either a great dip or it's just failing, right? The 5 minute candle's a red doji. I think I need more confirmation before I can get back in. Well, actually, it's a topping wick, so it just looks like it's failing here. Now that I'm zooming in some more in the 5. Yeah, it looks awful. So it's probably going to go lower, right? So I'm just going to wait and I'll size down. If it ends up holding up and gets back to like 35, then maybe it means business. So there's still 3 minutes left in this 5 minute candle. Which way is it going to be, up or down? And this is where the bulls have to take over if they want this. All right, all right. 24. So this is where short sellers start to get scared because it's curling back up aggressively now. 40. Talk to me nicely. 36. I could have sold for profits there, I thought it was going to go. I tried to hold longer. Not good. $350 loss. So I'll just take my 5 to 10 cents. That dip, man. It's gonna be a good dip. So I'm in too high. Alright, there'll still be opportunities, I think. I hope. We're trying for 50 here is what we need. Break a 50. Definitely be quick. I'm getting some not so great fills. Okay. Easing off a little bit here. Higher low. I might go red on this thing because it's good, but it's tricky, right? It's possible. Gotta accept it early. But it seems like it's just holding up here so well. Is it worth the shot? Or do I wait? I think I wait. Again, it's still it's like a huge it's like a huge hidden order there. Sold a little early. It's like somebody's just buying here. I still not trusting it as much as maybe as I should be. But okay, okay, good timing. Do not fail. Bro, what are my fills? I should have gotten a great trade there. What was that, man? It's trying, but it's like there's still some selling. We need to break 60 immediately here. Come on. 45, 42. I gotta be careful. What are my fills? What are my fills? What are my... I'm gonna size down. There's no way I didn't make 10 cents there. So I'm gonna size down for hopefully some better fills. It's still holding this area again, so somebody's still buying. Somebody seems to be buying. Yeah, my fills are not great. This is quite unfortunate here. I should have been up way more, but that's okay though. I think this is a good area, and I think it'll retest because somebody just seems to be buying somebody big. It's like it's just soaking up the area, right? So low of this candle is 25. Well, couldn't have done anything about that, Phil. We'll probably take the loss. Yeah, get back in it. All right, I'll try and hold this here for a 5 minute setup and stop with the in and out. If it flushes down, I'll just take the loss. We'll be back flat or red, but I'll hold here as there seems to be a lot of buying in this area. Or is the buying running out? Looks like the buying's ran out. Low at VWAP is 08. Not fail here. I still think it's worth it, but it looks like it's coming down. I might try again below 5 or at 5. Usually when there's that much buying, we curl back up at least 2 or above, so watching still. But in a little too high, it was in at 15 and stopped out at 5. See, I already knew it was possible I'd go back red because of how it was moving and, not getting to capitalize with all those higher fills. So I already knew it was coming. But if it's good here, right, and if it gives another opportunity, I can get right back in position. And look at how well it's curling. So I was just in too high. If I'm in like 505, I'm holding this here. So I'm in too high. I'm gonna miss that beautiful dip. So I'll have to scalp it. Disappointing. Is it gonna go straight up? Volume. There's volume. Again, the fills are brutal, man. The bids are also dropping out a little bit. If I go down 500, I'll stop trading it. So I'll put a max lot. I got $250 for room. It's moving great, but just a little unfortunate here. What a beautiful, lovely dip. You can't ask for a better pullback than that, though, you know? My analysis was off and I was in too high. So we got 35, there's 38, 42. So right now there's a lot of bulls who are in between 5 and like 515 and they're just holding. And don't forget somebody big was buying at 530. So I think it'll go back up. But of course that means nothing. It could still flush down, so we'll have to wait and see. There should still be opportunities. 30, 37. Patience. 30. Time. There's about 30 seconds left in this 5-minute candle. 21. Not the best, but okay. I like it. If I can, I'll try and hold this back to the highs. If I can. If it allows me to. There's the new candle in like 3 seconds. So are we going to start the incline right here, right now? Are we going to see it? Talk to us nicely here. Talk to us nicely. Big Steve, can the stock talk to us nicely here? I expect a new high. Can we see, or at least let's say a move over 50? If not, I'm break even on the last position, but I want to hold as long as I can. Again, if I was in lower than 15, I'd have still been holding it. I probably would have sold a little bit, but I'd still been holding shares from like 505 if I'm in down there. So I think people are still holding. And if it curls up some more, the short sellers will be in trouble. Right now, their hearts are racing. The short sellers. Okay. So what this is, if I'm in at 505, what this is a healthy pullback here on the one, but we want to see this push back over 40 and 50. If it comes down too low at like, 10, then it's like maybe a potential retest of the lows, which could stop people out. But the volume profile looks great. So if it does do that, I'll be buying, and I'll be prepared for a loss still in case it fails. So we got a low of 15. Of course, it's going to bounce at 15 this time. And I'm waiting for lower lows. Jeez. See what the market does to you. My gosh, the fills, man. Oh. When I buy, the ask is not even as high as it's filling me yet. I mean, jeez. It's not ready yet. Jeez Louise. Also, how am I? Did I take another loss or something? Like, how was that such a big loss? Did they fill me at 50? Let me see. 39. My goodness. If this stock had better fills, just straight off of that alone, we would have still been green from the earlier move. Like I took some great trades, man. I just don't know what happened. Don't want to sound like I'm complaining, so I'll stop talking about it and watch for these lows. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to our beautiful channel. Come on, can we see it? Can we see it? Can we see it? Is this it? Is this it? Didn't take that one. It's still bullish. I should have took it. Still bullish. Low 11. I kind of looked away in the moment there, so that was my fault. I'm opening up another order entry window here. Low of the last was a 1. Low of the current is 11. This is starting to become a botch stock for me. So if it doesn't go, I'll have to surrender, right? I need it to be in just now. Here it'll be a little bit more tricky if it does come back down. It'll be like the third time on the 5-minute candlesticks, the 5-minute chart. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3. So we're seeing a huge wedge. What we want to see now is the wedge breakout. We do not want the breakdown, in which case short sellers will have been victorious. Patience. High of 30, low of 18, and right now just waiting patiently. I also have to check on the other stocks, just in case I'm missing something. KC, KSCP, SNAL. We also had SXTP, the INE. If it comes down again, I do not like it, but that, that doesn't mean it's not going to hold. Unbelievable. At this point, I'd like to see a break and reclaim. If that happens, if not, selling pressure is on, but there's still some buying. Still some buy. So it's held up again. This is like the 4th time now we've come down and held up. So it needs to start pushing the upside of this wedge. Like we need to start testing 40, 50. Like we've held up enough, right? How many more times do we need to really hold before it tests the highs? Because we still haven't had a false breakout yet. So we haven't even tested the highs once. It's a good flag. I think even with the poor fills, if I'm a little sharper here, we should at least still be small green, at least. Break down and reclaim. Will we see it? Or is it just going to hold high? Not buying high here at all. Still holding up. If we start to ascend quickly, rapidly, there could be a very sharp red to green, in which case I would take that. But don't want to buy down here. Again, it's like the fourth, fifth time, and I've missed the last 2, 3 times already. So it's essentially chasing if I'm to buy here. So I'll wait. It's still holding. So will we see a rapid red to green? Is this it? Oh, oh. This might be it. It needs to go faster. More buying. More green. I'll ease off. So that was a good test of strength, right? It's held up now 6 times. It should, I think we should see a test of the highs soon, hopefully, right? Hopefully. And it's back down again. Oh, looks like the Bulls are going to lose, unfortunately. Whoever is in, that person that bought up at 530, they'll be selling soon here, more than likely. So it probably will go lower over time. Well, it was a great flag, just unfortunate. How are they going to let the short sellers win like that, man? You know, right now, guys like Raphael are smiling, feeling good. But it is weird. I mean, you know, it's like, I guess maybe like just lower highs, you know, man. We didn't even test the highs, not even once. At least a false breakout at the minimum, right? To held up the lows. And of course, for me, this is why I don't take the dip after like the third, fourth, fifth time. You know, it's like overdoing it. So I can avoid this loss, but just disappointing to not see the stock go higher. Also disappointing that I missed a few trades, not as sharp as I should have been. And of course, the fills just murdered me. If this is a better stock with the fills, we're still green right now. If I'm a little sharper, I'd still be green. So there's work to be done. Moving on. Next stock. Is that it, or is there something else? The good news is that we're green on the day, but you know, it's like I'm not mad at myself, but then it's like at the same time I am, right? It's kind of hard to really explain the emotion. Sometimes I ask myself, with this much experience and capability, how do I still allow myself to not capitalize there? That's the problem that I'm having here mentally. Of course, it's not gonna allow me to do something stupid because then that would just be even more pain. But I'm at least thinking about it a little bit. So it does goes to show that trading is so hard that there'll be days where even though you have the experience and you're capable, sometimes you'll still manage to be red on the day or on the stock. It seems so like counter, you know, intuitive. Like you would think you would always capitalize. So, you know, in summary, to move on, we of course don't want to put blame on anything. To close the case, we just have to say we'll do better next time. We'll try and be a little quicker, and it is what it is. That way, you don't really overthink. And you know, is there something halted? Let me. Which one? SN. Let me check my halt scan. SDA, SNPX. It hasn't hit yet. Probably will hit in a sec or two. Let's see. Yesterday we had a ton of halted stocks. So this, yeah, okay, volume. All right, good. Price, good. Percentage gain on the day, 60%. So I'll check the float. What's going on with Momo Pro? SNPX float is at 7.13. Where am I at on the day? I think I'll size down here for this resumption and then increase size if it makes sense. The stock looks good though. Jeez. SNPX. There we go. Resistance. Also time. Let me move a little faster. Too nonchalant here. 13. Okay, 3 minutes. 13. 13. All right. So there's a couple of minutes. Resistance 234 for the 200. You gotta get my levels mapped out same way. Also maybe 175, which was the highest drop off going back to like December, what was it, December 15th? Gap fill though, if it does go to the lows here, 468, although not likely. Then the high point, which was around 622, also probably not likely. Okay, it's a cheap stock. I'll do 1500 and then I'll go to 3K if it's good. Okay. JZXN, man. To be honest, even though I'm red, I still want to see the stock go up. Like even if I had missed the breakout going up or something, it's just good sentiment for the bulls, versus a drop off like this. So right now, some short sellers might be feeling very aggressive, very proud, which is not really a great thing all the time for us, right? Most of the time, it's not good. If they're fearful, they get out of their positions early, which fuels the buying. Arcane, take it easy. So, cutting the chatter, we have less than a minute. All right, let's see how this does. 30 seconds and counting. 10, 9, 8. We're halted at 137. Here we go. Is it a 10-minute waiting still? It looks like it might be a 10-minute. I wonder if I should be more aggressive. if it opens up significantly higher, like at like 60, I might want to be a little bit more aggressive because then it'll have that range and the halt level will be much higher going up. If there's a good pullback, it could be good. But we still got to be prepared for a 20, 30 cent loss, always. So it seems like it's a 10 minute. There has been a few days throughout the years where the stocks resume on an interval that is not 5 minutes. So I always say if you have shares holding into the halts, it's best not to leave to use bathroom and stuff like that because although it's a lower percentage chance, it could still happen. We've seen the 7th minute, we've seen the 9th minute, but rare. Sometimes the halt code does matter, the reasoning for why the stock was halted. We've seen some that's been a few hours, a few days, a few months. I don't think I've seen a stock halted for a few years, but for like 6 months, pending investigation and news. Some of you guys will probably get letters in the mail telling you that you can be compensated, actually. I heard that that's a thing. Like if you traded a stock and the company was actually fraudulent on their end, you could be compensated a small amount or something like that in terms of like settlements. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the thumbs up. And if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to our beautiful channel. We're currently at 475 viewers. But we can get up there to 300 likes, or at least 200 likes. Let's get up there to 200 likes, guys. If you're not actively trading in the moment, hit the thumbs up. And for those of you who are actively trading, once you're done with those beautiful trades, those disciplined trades, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Yeah, I think like class action lawsuits are, I'm not sure what they're called, like settlements, something. It's literally like one of those commercials you'll hear like you're entitled to compensation. Marcello listening in? Yes, he is. Shout out to Marcello, man. Marcello. Marshmallow. So we have, oh my math. Okay, 18. Okay, 18 and 29 seconds. These resumptions are a higher, I'd say a higher level, higher experience trade, and it definitely is more risky. In fact, I think resumption trades, along with trades in the first minute of the open and the last minute of the close, are some of the higher risk trades in terms of volatility. These stocks will be flying, so we got to be careful here as always. If you are looking forward to trading it, you cannot hesitate going in or coming out. The milliseconds, they do matter here on these type of trades. I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking about size. Again, if it opens up high, like super high, I want to just be aggressive. If we see a nice entry, we're gonna go for it. But we're gonna accept a $600 loss. We're gonna go for it here. Big Steve, this is for you. Big Steve. 6, 5, 4. Here we go. Wow, it's aggressive. Hmm. Oh, okay, sorry. 80. The halt up is at 204, but it's like it's stalling out. There's a bid. Wow. Oh no. Oh my gosh. You know, I clicked the wrong order entry window there. That's okay though. Oh my gosh, these rookie mistakes. Tell you, they're killing me today. We would have still lost a good amount though, but at least it would have been half size. Wrong order entry. I have two order entries open right now. That's okay. We accept all the risk. Low is at 60 for the last, so maybe it holds up, but I'm not trusting it here. I think I want some more confirmation. Mm. What a day today. What a day. What a beautiful day. So low of 61. Here we go. So it's holding up at the lows. It's holding up. High of the current candle, 75, where we did have that resistance. Low, 58. Emotions in my face right now. So we got a high of 70. What was that? 70? No, 81. It's like a false break, so it's gonna probably come down here hard. Yeah, this looks like it's might be finished. At least for now. So silly, so silly. Well, we would have lost 150 or 165 instead of 300. The first trade, the first trade was pretty solid. Almost 20 cents. Unbelievable. This is a great resumption, but no continuation. If it was strong, we probably would have gotten halted up again at like 204, wherever the halt was, or 203, and maybe pushed higher. So I'll be on the sidelines, but at least 62 bucks, you know, better than nothing. So you can imagine how I feel again, you know, after just botching a stock to then come and botch another one, right? And I'm saying this just so you guys understand, like, you know, the thought process here. So as a trader who, you know, who's trying to be composed and trying to be disciplined, you know, these things will happen. Unfortunately, very frequently here today, which isn't good. So when it does, you have to understand to still keep cool, keep calm, keep collected. But I do think it's okay to think about it because we're human, right? But it's how you respond to it. I could have easily tried to buy the dip with 6,000 shares to say I must get back green here or something. But you know, understanding perspective and knowing that that would be foolish. In fact, would probably be more losses, more than likely. Lucas, my man, getting it done. Hey, Cactus, are you sure you're not an MMU student? How many people got filled at that price, I wonder? 60, 60, 69, 60, 57. I had gotten the fill at 60, 99. How many orders got filled within that one penny? That's interesting. Maybe like 20,000 shares. So was there like a hidden seller there? There might have been a hidden seller there, and people just bought the shares up or something. So as humans, right? And this is how, this is how you have to like go through the thought process, or at least one way to think about it. We are going to make mistakes. This is just who we are. It's in our creation. We are not robots, although in this market we'll try to be. So the key is to have the mistakes be few and far apart. For me today, the mistakes, were a little too close together and frequent. Now, with that being said, I'm grateful for the other stock because we still were able to be green and very green on that one. But on these last two stocks, I've not traded to the best of my abilities. So, I have to be careful moving forward. It's just silly mistakes, man. The other stock I looked away to open up another order entry window as the dip happened, or the last dip, I think. My analysis was a little off, buying a little higher for the first pullback, which is okay. It's part of the deal. And here, clicking the wrong order entry window to buy after already sizing down, realizing it might be having trouble. And yesterday we mentioned it, right? Is sizing down in an area where it's more risky even worth it? Should I just avoid the trade? So you guys will see even when you're profitable, you're still dealing with like it's like you're still dealing with problems as you trade. I guess the problems might be a little different depending on how you look at it, but you're still having issues sometimes. Mm-mm-mm. Pastor slacking. So is there anything else? VSTA. Is there anything else? This one here is not really moving well. SNAL, potentially. Let's get back on our rotation. The Pastor ranting, missing trades. The usual. The other one is back at 66 and 70. I wonder if maybe a red to green is in swing. I mean, I'll keep an eye. There's 73. Maybe. SNPX. Are we on to something here? We have 5-day volume and a red candle on a day where our leading stock has rejected. I think not. I'm not touching it, at least not yet. Again, don't forget the short sellers are going to be very aggressive here because of that prior victory. It looks like they're already shorting, right? 75 coming back down. Do we have shares available? Let's see. I'll try down here. Oh, there's shares available, so I could have been short. All too late. Too late. Way too late. Your mind has to be ahead of the game. If not, you're just a lagging indicator. Raphael, are you short? Are you short? And if so, what's your average price? Is he watching? He's probably not watching. I don't know. I'll ask him in chat. Somebody turned off the AC. Why? With all these monitors and this computer and everything, these computers here, this room is like 10 degrees hotter than every other room. Always. SNAL, I'm still keeping an eye on, but I don't want to see more volume. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to stay hydrated. They say 50% of Americans are dehydrated at all times. Take a nice sip of water. No juice, right? No high sugar juice or soda or pop, whatever you guys call it, wherever you're from. Cola, right? But water, the best medicine. Yeah, that might be it. It's 10:30, it's the first hour. I have been trading later till 11:30, 12. Maybe something else could come tomorrow, man. Tomorrow I'm gonna come back much more prepared and ready. Curling up again. Is it gonna get rejected? I'll pull it back on screen. So JZXN no good. VINE no good. SXTP not much after that pullback. SNAL. SNPX. Again, SNAL is probably the best looking one right now in terms of pattern and what could happen. We are on a U-shape red to green, but it needs to gain volume over VWAP at 230. Let's see how the chat room is doing. I'll check in on the YouTube stream as well, being that there's some downtime. It's unbelievable, man. 67. If I'm a short seller, I'll watch here. Maybe there's a short trade coming, small size. If it comes up and there's already a big order there, 24, well, it's gonna flush down. I'd want to see it higher. I want to see it like try and then like a test of strength and then reject. But if it goes, then I'll just, I'll be ready to go long if it actually is gonna squeeze. But I do think right now it's weighing a little bit more to the weaker side. So just waiting patiently for an opportunity here. If you guys are wondering how I have shares to borrow, despite the stock saying hard to borrow, and I don't know if I still do, but I am on Thinkorswim's hard to borrow list. I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you have to make sure your discipline and everything is in full order. As we know, shorting stocks could sometimes be even more risky. So I'm not gonna get a chance for an entry. It's gonna come back down, at least for what I wanted. You don't always get what you want here. But yeah, if you are gonna try and go short, you gotta be careful. Same way, you gotta be, if anything, you gotta be just as disciplined, right? Because in order for you to lose all your money in a stock that's going up to the long side, the stock has to go to zero. That's how you lose all your money, right? When you're short, it's a little different. You know, the stock can do 100% and then can keep going and keep going. Like a stock like HKD goes to $2,500. Imagine if you're short like 5,000 shares at like $5 and you never stopped out. I mean, the amount what happens, you go into debt, you could start owing. And I don't know if the brokers liquidate positions for the short side. I might have to look into that. But the risk could be limitless in that sense of a stock like HKD. So it looks like I should have been short 75, let's say 72. I wanted it higher, but to the depths. I'd probably be out right here, just knowing me and the quick scalps that I like. And it's coming into support anyway, so maybe we do see a bounce, but wouldn't have been bad. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. Today, Thursday, coming to an end. It's another good day. It's a solid week for us, though, right? Yesterday, really nice day. Um, the key for me is to keep these days going every day, right, and not fall back down, right? A part of it is mindset, part of it is the market, because like on that vacation that we took, that trip, that work trip, whatever you want to call it, there's 2 days where we could not make money. Kid you not, like none of us. I think Drew made money on Tesla, right? Calamity made money on Tesla, but it's like for everybody who's trading these stocks, there's nothing you could have done. So we all finished the day like, down either like $100 or green $50, like something crazy like that. So, and actually this will bring me to a good topic. Like a lot of people will set a daily goal. You guys will never hear me saying that I have a daily goal ever, because I don't set daily goals. I don't set weekly goals. I don't set monthly goals. I don't set yearly goals. If you guys go back to the last yearly recap, it's all about progress and doing better. But I mentioned I wanted to be at a certain place with my volume, 500,000 shares of volume a day, which I'm only now doing halfway into the year. But it's hard to set a goal because you don't know what tomorrow has in store, right? If my goal is $200 a day and tomorrow there's nothing, it's like you're setting yourself up to be disappointed almost, at least for how I'm viewing it. So the only goal that I have is to perform to the best of my abilities with what the market is given. It's why today, like I'm not upset, but I'm just a little disappointed that I didn't really trade to the best on those two stocks. That's just the only thing about me today. So be careful about how you're setting goals in this environment where, starting tomorrow for the next 4 months, it could be so slow. What's going to happen to your goal then, right? So we have to be willing to be flexible and adjust. And even if you do have a goal, understanding to change it or adjust it depending on situation and market sentiment. So we got to be flexible here. And it's almost like you're coming in with a neutral expectation. It's like, hey, today could have been a red day, it could have been a green day. You just don't know. Ah, man, day trading. I think I might shut it down early today. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe we'll do a poll. Do you guys want me to stay? I didn't really eat a big breakfast today, so I'll probably eat a early lunch at 12. It's 10:40 Eastern time right now. EDTX. Missing something. EDTX. Halted. My back is starting to hurt. I'm too young to be having back pain, man. What is this? I finally checked the comments. It's a 10-minute halt. The volume here, the price range, 19. I think Save, Marcelo, those guys, they might like this one, but with this volume, man, I don't know. I can keep an eye. If it's good on the resumption, maybe the second halt. ED, EDTX. The price range here is what I don't really love. And the volume is a little thin. So the spreads are going to be huge. Today's already a day I've gotten murdered by the spreads. So I'm extremely cautious towards a stock like this. And if I touch it, I hate to say it, but only 100 shares, man. Big Steve is not going to like the sound of that, but 100 shares. It's hard for me to be comfortable using size on this type of stock. So we got halted at 23, 33, well, 33, so is it 43? Is it going, but it looks like it's been halted for some time now. Try and figure out this OBS situation. Transitions. What's this nonsense, man? No secures. Why? Is it even changing the background? Let me see. Live. No, it's not. Check. Hey, Marcelo is a farmer warrior trader, right? But if you guys paid attention to Marcelo's journey, Marcelo learned how to trade from me, Relentless. I'll take credit for Marcelo, right? I'll take the credit for Marcelo here. In fact, Marcelo and I had that conversation privately. Um, but I'll be taking the credit for Marcelo. Marcelo is the top student here, the top student, so much so that he's doing better than I am now, right? But taking credit for mighty stocks. So much so he's mastered the strategy so well that we've teamed up and partnered, right? The student has become the teacher. So if you look at how he trades, he trades identical to how I trade, versus the other guy, right? We trade differently. Like, if you to compare like myself, Humble Trader, Tim Sykes, WT, Ricky, like it's like a different style for all of us. But Marcelo trades exactly how I trade. Um, Back in those days, I used to show more than I do now on YouTube. Like I'd release all the art, like all the archives that the MMU students have now. I used to show that on YouTube. So him studying my archives and picking it up, because you can pick it up, and it's why they say you can learn how to trade for free, right? You can. It's just that you'll have to scour the internet and research and research versus having everything in one place and organized. The disrespect is crazy. Hey man, relentless trader. We did it. We did it first. SXTP. Am I missing everything here? Did it break out? Yeah, kinda. SXTP. I'm ranting and missing trades as usual. Nothing new. I wonder if it's on to something over VWAP though, or is it might still be weaker. High was 38. Nice move over the pivot level of 12 though. This type of stock, I'd want to see it getting halted up. Size down. Size down on everything across the board. No more mistakes. I do not trust this pullback below VWAP here. I will not be touching it. Marcelo, let the people know, man. It's all relentless trading these days, baby. Wait, what's going on? What's happened? I don't think there's any need for moderation right now, right? I don't think so. Max, Max, what is your real name? By the way, we are at 174 likes. I do appreciate it. So we had a bottoming wick, so this thing is actually curling back up here, which is a really good sign. If we can get over VWAP and hold above VWAP and, start to gain more volume, there's a chance here. P&L on the day, we are at 1700. We have not made progress since the first 15 minutes, unfortunately. We've lost $1,000, man. We've lost $1,000 in the last 40 minutes. Marcelo did tell me something once that stuck with me, and it helped me a lot in these moments and in these days. And he said, even if you did have that perfect day or you traded these stocks super well, if I did have that extra $1,000, it really and truly wouldn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. It's like in another few weeks, or even by tomorrow, another few days, few weeks, few months, few years, it's like, what is the extra $1,000 gonna do for you in your life? Not much, especially with today's inflation. So, it's just to give you peace of mind and remind you to the marathon mindset, to just slowly keep going and don't be too fixated on the losses in the short term. A red day really doesn't mean anything, even if it's a bigger red day. How many more trading days do we have for the rest of this year, for the rest of our lives? What's one bigger red day? Nothing. So there's 30. There's some volume here. 10-cent spread though. Are we on to something? 40, 43, 44. More green, more green. It's a little thin with the volume, so we need more volume here. 45, 47. Pushing up. SXTP. 49 shares, great. Lovely. Being measured up against the ask. I'll take a long with a stop in place here. I think this is a decent area. If it fails, it fails. Not personal. The other stock had resumed higher. Nice. Jeez. 26. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe I should have been watching it that. Quite the move. 26 from 19. Oh my, wow. If any of you guys were holding shares, I mean, congratulations. From 18 to 26. Even, you know, I mean, of course, there's a ton of risk, but if anybody had like 1,000 shares plus, I mean, wow. Trying to give this thing a chance, but come on. Oops. Jeez. Oh, sorry. Bigger loss than I would have wanted, but okay. Big drop. That's the second pullback at VWAPs. I don't mind taking it, but terrible drop. Yeah, this is where you got to call it on the day. The winning trade with 500 gave me confidence to size up to 1,000. But we're going to have a negative ratio between those two trades. So we're in at 29, out at 40, 41, 42. In at 22, out at 03. Of course. 19-cent loss. Yeah, you know, I think it's that time, man. It is that time. Big Steve, man, it's that time. Let me fix my posture here. And I'm complaining about my back hurting, right? Yeah, the pastor's waving the white flag right now. I've had it with this day. Mentally, I still feel good. Like in all seriousness, mentally I feel good and fine. But I think this is a good place. The other stock went from 18 to 26. It's the same situation from yesterday. If it goes to like 35, 40, this next resumption could still be a good place. But I mean, these stocks are so tricky, man. I prefer not to even get involved with that type of risk. That stock EDTX. It could be very rewarding, but I could easily be down like 2 grand, even being green, 1,500. So you can always reduce share size to help mitigate the risk, but I don't think it's worth it here. So for those reasons, shutting it down, Xing out my platform, giving myself no choice to even look at anything here. We'll come back later or tomorrow. Good day, but we should have ended up like 3,000. So we missed out on like half the gains today, but tomorrow we'll come back better and improved. A little bit more sharp. Yeah, being grateful, happy, smiling, and walking away, guys, walking away. So I'm gonna shut down. Wait. Did I not record the other screen? You're lying. The alarm went off. Oh my gosh, I didn't. How? Wow. Didn't I say I was recording the other screen and I opened up the other OBS? What in the world happened? Well, I forgot to record the monitor, so now I'm not going to be able to study, and the students are not going to be able to review. So hopefully Marcelo has his recording. More than likely he does. Wow. Well, that's disappointing. But okay, we'll study Marcelo's archives, and we'll be back in the recap, and then tomorrow for another disciplined day in the markets. All right, guys. Stay safe, stay green. It's been relentless. I have to uninstall eTrade Pro and reinstall it to get rid of this nonsense. It's force opening two of them, and this one I don't know what it's doing, but yeah, guys. Take care. Study session with Marcelo coming up later today. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I guess I'm human, right? One more thing to add to the list here of me messing up today. So stay safe, stay green if you're going to distance. Continue to be patient, continue to trade the best opportunities, and I'll catch you guys in the recaps. I'm out of here. I'm signing out.